I couldn't stop smiling as I watched Sarah adjust her necklace in the mirror. "You really think this dress is too much?" she asked, tilting her head. "No, it's perfect," I said. "You always make everything look perfect." She laughed softly, but there was that flicker in her eyes, the one that always made me wonder if I was seeing the real her. "You say that every time. Maybe you just like saying it." "I mean it," I said. "I can't wait for everyone to see us together tonight." "This engagement announcement is going to be amazing," Sarah smirked, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "You're so excited about this party, aren't you?" "Of course. I've been planning this moment for months," I said. "Adam's going to be there, my parents, all our friends. They'll finally see us as official." She nodded but didn't meet my eyes. "I guess it'll be fine," she said softly, almost too softly. I shook my head. "Don't say that. You should be excited too. This is our big moment." "You always say our," she teased. "But it feels like you mean it more than me sometimes," I frowned. "Sarah, I love you. I trust you. Isn't that enough?" She smiled then, warm and confident. "It is. It's more than enough." Later, Adam swung by my apartment to check if I was ready. "Dude, you're glowing," he said, holding the door. "You've been talking about this party nonstop." "I know. I feel like tonight matters," I admitted. "Like everything I've worked for is finally coming together." Adam raised an eyebrow. "Everything?" "Don't forget to enjoy it. Not just show off your perfect life. I will." "I promise," I said, even though I couldn't stop worrying about the little things, how Sarah would act, if she'd laugh at the right moments, if she'd look at me the way she did when no one else was around. "She'll be fine," Adam said, noticing my tension. "Just don't overthink it." We drove to the venue, a luxurious rooftop with shimmering lights. I held Sarah's hand tightly as we walked in. "Everyone's going to see us and approve," I whispered. "Or envy," she said with that sly grin that had always made me melt. I laughed. "Exactly. They'll see how lucky I am." She glanced at me, her smile lingering. "You are lucky," she said. "But luck can change, can't it?" I froze for a second. "Sarah, what do you mean?" "Nothing," she said quickly. "Forget I said that." Adam nudged me from behind. "Don't read too much into it. She's just Sarah." I smiled at him, grateful for his presence. "Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm just nervous." "This is huge for us," Sarah leaned close. "We'll be fine, trust me. Tonight we shine together." I looked around the room, imagining my parents beaming with pride, friends raising glasses, everyone seeing the life I thought I had built. I squeezed Sarah's hand again. "Together," I said. "Together," she echoed, her smile bright, but something in her eyes made me blink twice, questioning if I'd missed the warning signs after all. The music thumped around me, but I barely noticed. I was scanning the crowd, looking for Sarah. She should have been smiling, mingling like always. Instead, I spotted her by the balcony, her phone pressed to her ear. "Sarah?" I asked, walking toward her. She jumped slightly, then quickly pocketed the phone. "Hey, you were just what?" I demanded, my voice rising more than I wanted. "Texting someone else during our engagement party?" Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "It's not what you think." "Oh, really?" I said, taking the phone from her hand. The screen lit up. A message from someone named Mr. Blackwood. "Who's this? And why are you texting him like this?" Sarah looked away, shrugging. "He's a business friend. That's all." I felt heat rising in my chest. "A business friend?" "Sarah, the way you're texting him, it's not business." She laughed lightly, almost cruelly. "Maybe you're overthinking. Some of us have opportunities to climb higher, you know?" "Climb higher?" I echoed, shocked. "You mean cheat on me?" "I wouldn't call it cheating," she said coldly. "I'd call it investing in my future." My stomach dropped. "You're saying you'd leave me for money?" She didn't deny it. She tilted her head, calm and composed, like she had rehearsed this. "I'm sorry. You're sweet and you're fine, but I can't turn down what he's offering. I hope you understand." I laughed, but it was hollow. "Understand?" "Sarah, this is our life. Our engagement. Everyone's here and you just..." I gestured at the balcony, the guests, the lights. "You humiliated me." Her gaze was steady. "I didn't humiliate you. I just chose what's best for me." I wanted to scream, to hit something, but Adam grabbed my arm. "Hey, calm down." "Don't make this worse for yourself," he said quietly. "Calm down?" I whispered, my throat tight. "Adam, she's leaving me. She's choosing him. Over me, over us." Adam didn't look away. "I know, I'm sorry." Just don't lose yourself in anger." "I can't believe this," I muttered. "I trusted her, I loved her." My voice broke. "And she's throwing it all away," Sarah smirked. "You're dramatic. You'll get over it. Honestly, I hope you do." "Over it," I barked, stepping closer. "You think I'll just move on while you trade love for money?" "Love doesn't pay bills or secure my future," she said, uncaring. "I'm practical. You'll understand one day." I felt something snap inside me. "I don't want to understand," I shouted. "I want what we had." "You had nothing," she said sharply. "You just didn't see it. I saw the opportunity, and I took it." I turned to Adam, fury and heartbreak mixing in my eyes. She just crushed everything. "What do I do?" Adam shook his head. "You don't react yet. Not here, not now. Walk away, think. Don't give her the satisfaction of seeing you broken beyond repair." I swallowed hard, my hands trembling. "Broken, yeah, that's what I am." Sarah raised an eyebrow. "Good luck, by the way. Don't let your family hear about this. They might feel embarrassed for you." Her words cut deep. I thought of my parents, my siblings, all the faces I had imagined smiling at us tonight. I realized she had no respect. Not for me, not for them. I clenched my fists. "You think you're so clever, but I swear karma has a way of catching up." She laughed softly. "Karma? Sweetie, I'm too smart for karma to catch me. Enjoy your heartbreak." I stepped back, feeling every part of my world collapse. The laughter, the lights, the party, it all blurred. Guests glanced our way, whispers forming like a storm I couldn't escape. Adam placed a hand on my shoulder. "Come on," he said quietly. "Let's get out of here before this goes any further." I nodded numbly, my mind replaying every word Sarah had said, every cruel smile. Yeah, I need air," I muttered, not trusting myself to speak anymore. As we walked away, I felt the first cold spark of revenge ignite inside me. Not yet, I told myself, not now. But one day, I'd make her realize that some things, love, trust, family, can't be bought no matter how rich she got. The night swallowed me as I stepped into the cool air. Alone in my heartbreak, Adam silently walking beside me, my only anchor in the wreckage Sarah had left behind. I stayed in my apartment for hours after the party, staring at the walls like they could explain what had just happened. The champagne, the lights, the smiles, it all felt like a cruel joke. My phone buzzed. "Adam." "Hey," I answered, voice hoarse. "Where are you, man?" I tried calling. "You're ghosting everyone," he said. I can't face anyone," I admitted. "I can't even think straight," Adam sighed. "Look, I know it hurts. I saw what she did. It's brutal, but sitting there alone isn't going to help." "I trusted her," I muttered. "I really trusted her. And she just threw it away for money. I get it, I do. But you can't let her control how you feel forever. You have to control?" "Adam, she humiliated me in front of everyone. My family, my friends. Everyone saw!" I buried my face in my hands. How am I supposed to just move on? You don't move on instantly. You take a breath. You rebuild. Step by step, he said firmly. Listen, start with something small. Work, maybe. Something that keeps your mind busy. I rubbed my eyes. I've been thinking about quitting everything, leaving it all behind. What's the point? Adam's voice softened. Don't do that. You're stronger than you think. I've seen it. And your family. They're solid. They won't let you fall completely. I swallowed hard, imagining my parents' worried faces, my sister pacing nervously, my brother shaking his head. They were my safe ground, the people Sarah could never manipulate. Maybe you're right, I said quietly. I just feel empty. You feel betrayed. That's normal, Adam said. But emptiness doesn't mean weakness. You can use it, focus it, learn from it. I replay everything in my head, I said. All the little signs I ignored. The way she laughed at those rich friends, the way she always checked her phone. I thought I was being paranoid. You weren't, Adam said firmly. You just didn't want to see it. And that's okay. The important thing is you see it now. I leaned back on the couch, staring at the ceiling. I thought love was enough, I said. I thought if I gave everything, it would be enough. Adam was quiet for a moment. Love is supposed to be enough when the other person respects it. She doesn't. That's her choice, not yours. I keep wondering. Did I miss my chance to stop it? Could I have done something differently? You can't live there, he said. You can't. What matters now is what you do next. I closed my eyes. He was right. I couldn't change the past. I couldn't make her choose me, but I could control what came next. My anger, my heartbreak, they could either destroy me or make me stronger. I think I know what I need to do, I said slowly. I need to focus on myself, rebuild, and make sure she sees that some things can't be bought. Loyalty, family, trust. That's exactly it, Adam said. You can't control her, but you can control you. And when you rise, she'll realize what she threw away. I nodded, a spark lighting inside me. Yeah, rise, rebuild, let karma do its work. Adam's voice was lighter now. That's the spirit. And I'll be there, every step of the way. No more drowning alone. I smiled faintly. Thanks, man, really, I don't think I'd manage this without you. Don't mention it. You've got this. Family's got your back. I've got your back. Let's start small tomorrow. Maybe hit the gym, tackle some work, clear your head. Yeah, I whispered. Tomorrow, step by step. I hung up and leaned back, feeling the weight in my chest slowly shift. Sarah had taken so much, but she hadn't taken everything. I still had my family, my friends, and myself. And for the first time since the party, I felt a flicker of control, a tiny ember of purpose. I would rise. I would rebuild. And one day, Sarah, and everyone who had underestimated me, would understand that some things, no matter how much money you throw at them, can't be bought. I saw Sarah at another gala the next week, laughing and flirting with a group of wealthy strangers. My stomach twisted, but I kept my expression neutral. Adam leaned closer. Remember, stay calm, watch, don't act rashly. I know, I muttered. But it's hard not to want to, not now. Not here, he interrupted. We do this carefully. I nodded, forcing a smile. Fine, carefully. A mutual friend, Lisa, approached me. Hey, you okay? I heard about the party. Her eyes darted nervously towards Sarah. I'll survive, I said lightly. Thanks for asking, Lisa hesitated. Honestly, a lot of people are noticing how Sarah's changed. Not in a good way, I raised an eyebrow. Oh, she leaned in. She brags a lot now, and some of her stories don't add up. People are starting to talk, I hid my smirk. Interesting. Later at work, I overheard Sarah boasting to my colleagues about her new connections and wealth. If only you knew the opportunities I get, she said, voice dripping with pride. Some people just don't have the ambition to rise. I chuckled quietly to Adam when he walked past my desk. She really can't help herself, huh? Adam shook his head. Some people never learn. But be careful. Don't push too hard. Let her make mistakes, I know, I said. But it's tempting. I could expose everything, her lies, her manipulations. Make her pay publicly. Do you want revenge or justice? Adam asked calmly. There's a difference. Karma works faster than we think, I bit my lip. Justice, I think. But watching her slip up, it's satisfying too. Over the next few days, I subtly corrected her lies in casual conversations. Actually, Sarah, I thought you were in Milan last week. I asked one colleague innocently. She stammered, caught off guard. Adam gave me a small nod from across the room. Smooth. Just keep it subtle. At another social event, Sarah approached me with her usual grin. I didn't expect to see you here. Still nursing your heartbreak? I smiled faintly. Heartbreak's temporary. Integrity lasts longer. Something you might want to consider. Her grin faltered slightly. Integrity? What are you implying? Nothing, I said, shrugging. Just curious how far ambition can go before it becomes desperation. She didn't answer, and I could see the tension creeping in. The confident facade was cracking, tiny fissures appearing in her polished world. Adam caught up with me later. She's noticing you're calm, isn't she? Yeah, I admitted. She's panicking, trying to maintain control. It's satisfying in a way. You're doing well, Adam said. But remember, don't let it consume you. Revenge is sweet, but only when you're not sacrificing yourself in the process. I nodded. I know I won't. I've learned my lesson. I can't go back to that life, even if I wanted wealth, status, or even the illusion of love. A colleague, Mark, stopped me. Hey, just so you know, Sarah's stories about the Blackwood deal? Totally exaggerated. People are talking, I smiled faintly. Thanks, Mark, that's good to know. Later that evening, Sarah cornered me in the parking lot. Why are you doing this? Why are you smiling at everything I say, correcting me? I looked her straight in the eyes. I'm not doing anything, Sarah, I'm just observing. And I notice things Little things you don't think anyone sees. Her hands trembled slightly. You're ruining me. I can feel it. Stop it, I shook my head. I'm not ruining you. You're doing a fine job of that yourself. You think you're clever? She whispered, almost desperate. I think reality catches up with everyone eventually, I said calmly. Even people like you. She turned and walked away, shoulders tense, her confident mask slipping further. I watched her go, feeling the first taste of control settle in my chest. Adam clapped me lightly on the shoulder. See? Karma has a way of showing itself. You just need patience. I exhaled, feeling the tension leave my body in a slow wave. Patience. I can do that. Let her unravel naturally, exactly. And when she's fully exposed, you'll be standing strong. No anger, no public drama, just proof that you survived her. I nodded, a small smile tugging at my lips. Survived. And maybe a little vindicated along the way. Adam laughed softly. That's the spirit. But remember, quiet control beats loud revenge any day. I watched Sarah mingle across the room, her laughter sharp and forced. I didn't feel hatred, not exactly. It was more observation, a slow, deliberate recognition that she had chosen her own path, and now I was letting her stumble through it without touching me. For the first time since the betrayal, I felt powerful. Not because I was hurting her, but because I was standing tall, watching her world tilt without lifting a finger. And that, I realized, was the sweetest revenge of all. I walked into my parents' living room, still tense from the encounters earlier that week. Sarah had tried calling, sending gifts, even leaving notes at the house. My mom glanced up from her knitting. Hey, honey, you look tired, she said softly. I'm fine, I muttered, though my hands trembled slightly. Just dealing with some things. Dad's stern gaze met mine. Some things? You mean her? I nodded. Yeah, she's persistent. Dad shook his head. You have to remember, son. No money or gift can buy loyalty. Or respect. I know, I said, but she keeps trying. Mom reached over and squeezed my hand. She's not part of this family. Don't let her in. She doesn't understand that, I muttered. She thinks that if she gives enough, says the right words, we'll all bend. Dad's voice hardened. We don't bend, and she'll learn that. Later, my sister Emma came in, arms folded. I saw the package she left. Who does she think she is? She thinks we can be bought, I said bitterly. But she's wrong, Emma smirked. Good, she'll get frustrated. I like watching her panic, I chuckled despite myself. You're enjoying this too much. Not enjoying, just aware, she said sharply. We know who our family is. She doesn't. My younger brother Liam joined us carrying a small stack of letters. She sent more. I didn't open them. I figured you'd want to. I took the letters, flipping through them quickly. Promises, apologies, veiled threats. Everything meant to manipulate us. She really doesn't get it, I muttered. Mom shook her head. We see through her. Always have. Money doesn't matter. Love doesn't matter if it's fake. I felt a lump in my throat. I thought she cared. I thought she loved me. She cared about what she could get, Dad said quietly but firmly. Not about you. Not about this family. I sighed, thinking about all the red flags I had ignored. All the subtle manipulations I had excused as ambition or charm. I guess I really didn't see it, I admitted. Mom touched my arm. It's okay. You see it now. That's what matters. You protect what's real. That's strength, I nodded slowly. I have to make sure she can't hurt anyone else, not us. Not anyone I care about. Emma glanced at me, eyes sharp. Then don't just sit there. Let her know she can't buy her way into our lives. I will, I said, feeling a cold resolve form. I'll let her try and she'll fail. Slowly, quietly. She won't touch this family. The next evening, she came over with a gift, trying to smile through the tension. Hi, everyone, she said sweetly. I just wanted to... Dad cut her off. We don't need gifts. We don't need your promises. You've shown us who you are. Mom's voice was calm but firm. You can't buy love. You can't buy loyalty. And you can't buy respect. Sarah's eyes flickered, panic beginning to creep in. I just wanted to make things right. Emma stepped forward, tone icy. You already had your chance. That's over. You can't fix what you broke with a bow or a card. Liam folded his arms. And sending letters doesn't change the truth. You can't buy us. I watched her shrink back, her confident mask slipping for the first time. She tried to force a smile, but it faltered. Her hands trembled slightly, her voice cracking. I didn't know, I thought. Dad's stare didn't waver. You thought wrong. We don't respond to that. We respond to truth and respect. You have neither. I felt a sense of relief wash over me, stronger than any anger or sadness. She realized it now. Our family couldn't be manipulated. She couldn't buy her way back. I stepped closer. Sarah, it's over. You can't control us. You can't buy us. And trying only shows who you really are. She turned abruptly, muttering something under her breath, and left. The door clicked shut, leaving silence in her wake. I exhaled deeply, feeling lighter than I had in weeks. I turned to my family. Thank you, I whispered. Dad nodded. Mom smiled warmly, and Emma and Liam grinned. Their loyalty, their love, their values, they were untouchable. And for the first time since this nightmare began, I knew I wasn't alone. I had them. And that was everything. I spotted Sarah at the charity gala again, but this time her usual confidence was gone. She laughed, yes, but it was forced, brittle. I leaned back, letting Adam take in the scene beside me. She's different, I muttered. Adam nodded. People notice cracks. Karma doesn't rush, it just waits. I watched as she approached her so-called wealthy suitor. You promised this event would secure the deal, she said nervously, trying to hide the tension in her voice. He glanced at her with a faint smirk. I expected more. Less drama, more charm. This isn't what I invested in, her face fell. I did everything. I did everything? He interrupted sharply. You overpromised and underdelivered. That's not enough in my world. I felt a mix of relief and something darker. Was this satisfaction or something else? I turned to Adam quietly. Enjoying this? He asked with a raised eyebrow. Partly, I admitted. But it's strange. I still feel bitter. She's pathetic, yet I loved her. Adam remained quiet, letting me think. Sarah's voice cracked. Please don't leave me. I can fix it, he laughed lightly. Fix it? You can't fix who you are. And honestly, I've already lost interest. Opportunities come and go, Sarah, and now you've lost me. I felt my chest tighten. Part of me wanted to cheer, but another part still ached. She had shattered my trust, yet seeing her fall, so public, so final, was almost surreal. I muttered under my breath. Is this really justice or just pain traded? Adam's hand rested on my shoulder. Justice isn't always neat. It's messy and it feels odd. That's normal. Remember, you survived her. That's what counts, I nodded, swallowing hard. Survived, yes. That's important. I watched her stumble away from him, tears barely contained, and realized how shallow her world had been. She had built everything on charm and opportunity, nothing lasting. She's alone now, Adam said softly. All the things she tried to manipulate are gone. Reputation, influence, attention, nothing left but herself. I couldn't help the flicker of satisfaction that rose, but it was tempered by memory. Her laugh, the way she smiled when she said she loved me, all of it. My chest ached, but I understood now. Love built on greed is never love at all, I whispered to myself. I gave her everything. She chose wealth. She chose nothing real. The night continued, and I kept my distance, observing quietly. People whispered, some staring, some shaking their heads. Her isolation became more obvious with every step she took. I thought about the lessons I'd learned, the hard way. Trust is fragile, love is conditional if misplaced, and self-respect is non-negotiable. My parents, Adam, even my siblings, they were constants. She had nothing like that. A friend approached me. Isn't it satisfying? Watching her fall apart after everything? I smiled faintly. Yes, but also sad. She didn't just lose the world. She lost herself, and that's tragic. Adam chuckled quietly. You're learning. Revenge isn't just about watching them fail. It's about knowing you stayed true while they didn't. I exhaled, finally feeling lighter. True. I've been so focused on her that I forgot about myself. I survived, I protected what mattered, and I'm free to live my life now. Adam nodded. Exactly. And that freedom? It's worth more than anything she had. I turned back toward the gala hall, watching Sarah from a distance. She was alone, isolated, trying to smile, but no one responded. Her world of ambition and greed had collapsed, I whispered to myself, almost in awe. Some lessons are cruel, but some lessons last forever. Adam smirked. And you? You're ready for anything now. Stronger, wiser, untouchable by her games. I nodded firmly. Yes, stronger. I've learned about trust, about love, and about myself. She had her chance and I survived. That's all I need. For the first time in weeks, I felt calm. Not happiness yet, but clarity. The storm had passed, and I could finally see a future where I controlled my own life, my own choices, my own heart. Sarah's world was crumbling and mine was just beginning. I didn't expect to see her standing at my door that evening, drenched in rain, eyes red and desperate. "Sarah, please, can we talk?" she whispered, voice trembling. I leaned against the wall, arms crossed, calm, composed. "Talk about what, Sarah? Another apology? Another excuse?" Her lips quivered. "I made a mistake. I didn't realize what I had. I was selfish. Please, just listen." I studied her, noting the cracks in her confidence, the uncertainty that hadn't existed months ago. "Listen, Sarah, I already heard everything. Words don't fix broken trust." She took a step closer. "I can change. I'll do anything." You'll do anything?" I interrupted, voice steady. "You did anything before, and it cost me everything. My trust, my love, my life as I knew it." Tears fell freely now, her hands trembling. I thought I was making the right choices. I didn't see how much I was hurting you." I shook my head slowly. "That's the problem, Sarah. You never saw me. You never saw us. You only saw opportunity." Her eyes widened, panic creeping in. I can fix it. I'll give you anything you want." I laughed softly, bitterly. "Anything? You don't understand. This isn't about gifts, promises, or money. This is about respect, loyalty, and love. Things you never had." She swallowed, struggling to speak. "Please, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I can't lose you." I stepped back, finally crossing the threshold fully, standing firm. "You already did lose me. Months ago. You chose your greed over me, over our family, over everything real. You can't take it back now." She sank to the floor, head in her hands. I didn't know I knelt slightly to meet her eyes. Calm, unwavering. "Sarah, look at me. This isn't punishment. This is truth. You wanted wealth and status. You chose them. And you lost the only person who loved you genuinely." She choked back a sob. "Please, I can fix it." "You can't," I said firmly. "Fixing isn't possible because you never built anything real to begin with. You broke it. And no tears, no gifts, no apologies can change that." Adam appeared behind me, silent support. He didn't speak, he didn't need to. His presence, steady and protective, reinforced my resolve. My mother's voice echoed from the hallway. "We stand by what's real. What's earned, not what's bought." My father stepped in, stern as ever. "Sarah, you've been exposed. There's no reversing it. Respect and love can't be purchased." Emma and Liam flanked the sides, expressions sharp. Loyalty, family, values, my shield, unbroken. Sarah looked around, realization dawning. "You, your family, they won't be manipulated," I said. "And neither will I. You've run out of options." Her hands shook. I never wanted, you never wanted what mattered," I finished. "You wanted control. You wanted status. That's it. And now it's gone. What's left is the truth. You lost yourself, Sarah, not me." She stared at me, silent, broken. The mask of confidence, charm, and manipulation was gone. All that remained was raw regret, but it was too late. I stood taller, feeling the weight of weeks lifting. This was closure. Not revenge. Not cruelty. Just justice, served quietly by life and choice. Adam's hand rested on my shoulder. "You handled this perfectly," I exhaled slowly. "It's over. I'm free. And I won't let anyone ever take my peace again." Sarah's tears fell silently as she finally understood. The love she thought she could buy, the life she thought she could control, was gone forever. I turned away, my family behind me, Adam by my side, and walked into the night. The storm outside mirrored the one that had raged in my heart, but now it was calm, and for the first time, I felt truly unshakable. I sat at the small cafe near my apartment, stirring my coffee absent-mindedly. The city moved around me, laughter, footsteps, conversations, but I felt calm, different, lighter. Adam slid into the seat across from me. "You've changed," he said, grinning. I smiled faintly. "I think I have. It took losing everything and surviving it to see clearly." "You mean Sarah?" I nodded. Her betrayal, the humiliation, the way everything fell apart, it hurt, yes. But it taught me something I wouldn't have learned otherwise. What's that? That real strength isn't about controlling others or chasing wealth. It's about integrity, loyalty, and knowing your worth. Adam leaned back, folding his arms. So what now? You're free, she's gone, do you feel lighter? I exhaled slowly. Much lighter. I've started focusing on my work again. Little projects I'd ignored, connections I'd neglected, and more importantly, my family. They've been my anchor through all of this. A smile tugged at my lips as I thought of Mom's warm presence, Dad's steady guidance, Emma's sharp wit, and Liam's unwavering support. I realized something. Sarah could never buy this. Not our love, not our trust, not this family bond. That's real wealth, Adam nodded approvingly. Good, so no more dwelling on what she did? I've accepted it, I said. I don't need to forgive her exactly. She's a lesson, not a companion. I needed to forgive myself for trusting someone so blindly, for letting her control my emotions. Adam chuckled. That's huge. Most people never get there. I smiled, letting the warmth in my chest grow. Yeah, I think surviving betrayal gives perspective. I see who truly matters, who's real, and who's not worth my energy. Just then, my phone buzzed. A message from a colleague asking if I wanted to collaborate on a small project. I typed back quickly, excitement creeping in. Work, yes, but also possibility. A future I could shape myself. Adam leaned over. You're smiling. I like this version of you better. Thanks, I said. I feel alive again. Not weighed down by anger or regret. Just aware. Ready for the next chapter. Next chapter? Adam teased. You mean love? I laughed softly, shaking my head. Maybe, but carefully. If it comes, I want honesty. Connection. Depth. Not charm or money or status. I've learned what matters, Adam, and it's not in her world. He smirked. Look at you, philosopher of heartbreak. Sounds like you've grown. I have, I said. And it feels good. Free. I've learned to value myself, my family, my friends. Real connections. Adam smiled, raising his cup. To real connections, then. I raised mine in return. To new beginnings. Later, I walked home slowly, the evening air cool on my skin. Memories of Sarah flashed, her laughter, her lies, her betrayal, but they felt distant now, like a storm I had passed through. I realized I could carry the lesson without carrying the pain. I passed the park where Adam and I had once sat, discussing what to do after the party, after the humiliation. I paused, looking at the empty swings. We made it, I whispered to myself. We survived. I survived. My phone buzzed again, a text from Mom checking if I'd eaten. I smiled and replied quickly. My family, my anchor, my home, real wealth. At my apartment, I opened a letter from a friend I hadn't spoken to in months. Simple words of encouragement. Another reminder of what mattered. Connection, loyalty, trust, not gifts, not charm, not manipulation. I set the letter down, staring out the window at the city lights. The night was quiet but not lonely. It was calm, filled with potential. I could build, grow, live for me, for those who mattered. Adam's words echoed in my mind. Quiet control beats loud revenge any day. I smiled. Yes, quietly, steadily, I had reclaimed my life. Without drama, without spectacle, without losing my soul. A soft breeze drifted through the open window. I breathed it in, feeling the freedom in my chest. I didn't know what the future held. Maybe new love, maybe new ambitions. But one thing was certain, I wouldn't repeat past mistakes. I was stronger, wiser, and ready, and for the first time since Sarah, I felt truly free. I whispered to myself, smiling. Here's to life. Here's to me. And here's to what really matters.